Hello, my name is Mr. Brighton and I am the subject leader of science. I've put together this short presentation to guide you through the options in relation to science at GCSE at Werneth School. So there are two different routes at GCSE level for science. The first is combined science and the second is triple science. So as a core expectation, all students have to study at least combined science and will receive 2 GCSE grades. This can be increased to 3 GCSE grades via the triple science pathway, which I will discuss a little later on. So if students study the combined science pathway, which is 2 GCSEs, they will still complete units of work within the chemistry, biology and physics disciplines. Each unit is further divided into several topics and there are 6 exams at the end of the course. Each exam is worth 1/6 of the overall grade and there's no longer a coursework element, but students will complete required practicals in their lessons that they may be asked questions about in the final exams. The course will give students a range of science skills and can lead to science A levels at college. So all examinations for the course take place in the summer term of year 11 and students will receive 2 GCSE grades for their work across the 3 disciplines. Okay, so the triple science course allows students to study a wide range of sciences as well, and it will also allow them to progress onto A levels and provide a firm foundation for that and a science-based career. The course is worth 3 separate GCSEs and the students will be individually assessed in biology, physics and chemistry. The qualifications are delivered using the core curriculum time, and so students are not required to use an option choice to study triple science, which is a key change that we made over the last 2 years, and that allows students to gain an extra GCSE in science without using an option block choice, and so overall will come out with an extra GCSE than they would normally have done. The students will be taught by subject specialist teachers for each of the 3 disciplines. Now, triple science is ideally suited to students that have a positive attitude to learning and an aptitude for the subject. Prospective triple science students will be initially identified by their classroom teachers in the spring term of year 9, and the pupils who are selected to study the pathway will be notified prior to the start of year 10 and can discuss the pathway with a member of the science faculty. If you wish to discuss your child's suitability to study triple science or whether they would potentially be selected by their classroom teacher, please feel free to email me. So my email address is there on the slide. It is mark.brighton@wernethschool.com. So here we have a breakdown of the main differences between the 2 courses. So if we start with combined science first, you will see that there are 6 exams, 2 in biology, 2 in chemistry and 2 in physics. The exam scores are all added together then, each one is worth 1/6 of the final grade to give 2 overall GCSE grades. Now the grades will never differ by more than 1 grade. So for example, a student may receive a 6/5 but would not receive a 7/5 as that would equate to 2 grade 6s. The duration of the exams are each 1 hour and 15 minutes and that includes 5 minutes reading time, but that's built into the overall time of the exam so students can start answering questions immediately if they wish. There are 75 marks available in each exam and practical elements will be examined, which we'll look at in a moment's time. In triple, again, there are 6 exams, so there's no more exams, but 3 GCSEs will be awarded, so each discipline is individually graded, and that means that it's very possible to get a grade 7 in biology, but maybe a grade 5 in chemistry or vice versa. Each exam is 1 hour and 45 minutes long, so the exams are longer, and this is the key difference, because each exam is out of 100 marks rather than 75. And again, practical elements will be examined. So the 2 major differences are that in triple science, each discipline is awarded a separate grade and examined individually, whereas in combined science, they're added together to give 2 overall grades. The exams in triple science are approximately 30 minutes longer than they are in combined science because they're out of more marks, but there are the same number of exams in each course. So the main difference is that each course examines the same units, we study the same schemes of work, but in triple each scheme of work has some extra lessons that are only for triple science, which can be examined at the end. So each student every year group currently has a TASA account, and that's really important that you promote the use of that. The link is there with your son or daughter, and that will help them in terms of learning the key aspects of science moving forwards into their GCSEs and the key areas that need to be remembered and practiced over a period of time. So that brings us finally to the controlled assessment replacement. So we no longer do coursework in science, we perform required practicals. These take place through the courses, and pupils will undertake the practical activities in the lessons, so they have to do them under our guidance. And then at the end, in the final exams, students will be examined with respect to some of these practical activities. They account for approximately 15% of the marks available in each exam paper, whether a student selects combined science or triple science. So the table on the right gives you a rough breakdown of the different ones that we look at, and you will see that some of them that are highlighted are only done if you do triple science. So there's a few more required practicals in triple than there is in combined. So in biology we look at microscopes and osmosis, food tests, enzymes, photosynthesis, etc. In chemistry we look at making salts and neutralization, electrolysis, temperature changes, rates of reaction, chromatography and identifying ions. And then finally in physics we've got things based around specific heat capacity, thermal insulation, again that's a physics only one, so that's triple only, waves, force and extension and acceleration. So students will know in advance that we'll get questions about these required practicals, they just won't know which ones the exam board will select. And again, if you choose the triple science route, there's a few more for you to worry about and remember for your final exams. But when we do these in lessons, we always highlight to students that we're doing a required practical. We look at exam questions and exam practice based around required practicals that have come up in previous years to get students used to answering questions about them. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. If you have any questions at all, you can email me at mark.brighton@wernerschool.com. And that also includes if you wish to discuss your child's suitability to study triple science or whether they would potentially be selected by their teachers. So thank you very much, and please feel free to direct any further questions you may have.